Now this is the last presentation before we will leave to the Court Awards to the City Hall. And I would like to introduce you Goran Huljenic from Croatia and Michal Zelenak from Slovakia. And they would like to present you the actual project ArboCroatia. It's the not acronym, but it's like a short name of this.
Very long name. we had to be very explanatory in the name for our national agency, so we ended up with this. But thanks to Jaroslav, we got the very nice acronym, so we can now talk about ArboCroatia project. Thank you all for attending. So we are under Erasmus, and it's for the learning of the adult people. The project is, of course, co-funded by the European Union, and duration is 24 months. There are 3 partners. The project coordinator is from Croatia. It's my private company, Urbani Šumari, and other 2 partners are Arboristička Academy from Czech Republic and the European Arboriculture Council. The project lump sum is 250,000 euros. And we have some project results that we promise that we will fulfill. It's the development of the new certification program for the Southeastern Europe, the European Tree Worker. Why new? Because in the Southeastern Europe at this moment, or Croatia and Balkan region, there is no certification center for the ETW, and our job is to develop it and to introduce the certification in this part of Europe. Then we wanted to improve the digital process of vocational education and training, and to develop a virtual certification center and digital platform, and to create some strategies and publications. So, without further going into these boring details, I would like to just quickly introduce the partners, but I think you know everybody, except maybe us from Croatia. Arboricultural Academy is already a partner or coordinator for some very important projects in the scope of European arboriculture, and they are the local chapter of Czech Union for Nature Conservation. They do a lot of certification courses, seminars, conferences. They are the coordinators of these 2 big Erasmus projects for the European standards. So, as I said, I think you know them very well. I made a small introduction about the EAC, but just to be fair for all the partners, but I think everybody here knows what and who is EAC, so I will not go much further with this. And our company is quite young and small, but we are developing. We are now 4 people, and the majority of us has studied urban forestry, nature protection. And we do a lot of stuff from tree stability to improvement and development sites, tree stabilization, veteran tree care. I'm a VetCert certified arborist consultant. We do tree inventories, planting, and we really like to do education. So, what is a certification? I also think everybody of you more or less knows why the certification is important for us and what is a European tree worker. So I will skip. And we enter what actually we do on this project. So we visit the certification centers in Europe, in this more or less the countries that the partners come from. So EAC is situated in Germany, so we have to visit some German-speaking centers and the Czech Republic, and we learn how to do the exams. So this is the exam from Kreitel in Rasdorf that we visited, and the exam in Czech Republic, Slavkov u Brno, that we also quite recently visited last month. And we do a lot of filming for the e-learning platform because we detected that it would be a good for the whole Europe to have a sort of digital platform where you can practice and get the educational material for the European tree worker exam, so that you have nice videos that explain the procedures, the safety procedures, the right pruning methods that lead you through the exam, and that you get prepared for examination, that it's not just the preparation courses or the handbook, that you also get some digital material. So we visited the Nürnberger Schule in Germany. We were at the Baum Symposium at Kreitel, and we spent a lot of time in Czech Republic. This is from Kostelec. And now Michal can kick in.
Okay, this was a day that we spent in Arboretum. This was the day when we spent in Arboretum in Kostelec, when we were filming and developing tutorial videos how to set up each part of the ETW exam, mostly the simulations. Here you can see we were set up the exam of rigging and ground bracing. And you can see Joseph was filming all this, and this will be all available on the e-learning platform. So every center, mostly the beginner center, can have a look on it, how to set up the exam, how it should be run, and the most important, what should be the content. So we want to become the ETW exam really equal in whole Europe. It's now. We have some differences, but we want to make it really equal in every country. So the ETW from Portugal has no problems to work in Poland or Germany or whatever. And this will be also the output of this, I think, wonderful project. It was a very nice day, very nice area with a lot of trees, nice trees. And we also set up a climbing exam. I think that was the picture before.
Yes. Well, we had a work climb with the climbers. This was a preparation course for the Czech European tree worker exam.
Yes, it was a preparation course about the climbing part of the exam, and it started like we set it up like real exam, and one of the examiners was doing the candidate, and we went through the whole exam, and we point out what is important, what is the most important. Of course, everything is important, but there are some points that we pointed out. And it was very good for the candidates. And we had most of them on the exam in Slavko, where I was examiner. And I think all of them passed the exam successfully. So it's really helpful.
Yeah. And we also did one whole workshop on the work safety procedures in climbing and work at heights, and this was a very nice experience. We were guests at the Singing Rock, their training facility, and we spent the day discussing a lot of things, work at heights, the safety factors, and we also tried to introduce a part of our branch that maybe is now not so well explained, working on smaller trees, but still work on height, because when you cross the boundary of 1.5 meter, according to almost all European work safety government bodies, you are working at height, and we need well-developed safety procedures how to prune smaller trees where you can't anchor inside as a climber. So we investigated some methods. And we also did a lot of, with the guys from the rope hall, from Colin, full gear check for the climbing and the helmets and other safety equipment, how to check it, how to prepare for the exam, so that the candidate really knows, also from the instructional video, what is his obligation and with which equipment he should come to the exam. We also developed an e-learning platform where you can take quiz because we really find this idea very nice, that you can test your knowledge, that you can go, and that maybe this brings down some pressure, because let's face it, arborists are mostly practical animals. They don't really like to do tests and to do writing stuff, especially when you are a practical arborist climber. So they are in a lot of stress when they need to do this kind of tests on the exam. And this is something that can decompress them. They can test and they can see this is nothing is going to bite from here. And this is also a possibility. If you give wrong answers, you get the correct ones. So this is also not just testing your knowledge, but also getting the education through this method.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I can confirm this. This is one of the frequent questions before the ETW exam from the candidates. Can I see the questions?
And Joseph, can you start the video, or I do the button? And I will show you how this is just a sample from one of our e-learning videos, the three-legged ladder. And we tested these other possibilities, how to prune we spent a day to test these possibilities, how to prune the trees, the smaller ones. And each video, we decided we will not do a voiceover, because then it is really difficult to use it in the Europe for all the certification centers. So as you saw before, each video will have this instructional text. And this is really easy then to translate. Today's AI with the translators is very quick, and these scripts can be easily translated to each European language. So it's really nice to use throughout the Europe. And one other thing that came out from our project, that was at the beginning, we thought, okay, European tree worker in Croatia. And then as we started to slowly develop the idea, we came, okay, the eco-benefits of trees are also very important. And if we start to implement this on the level of European tree worker, so on this, let's say, more or less the basic professional level of Europe, this would be perfect. And this is what my colleagues before in the ECOS project explained. We really try now to focus on eco-benefits of trees in Europe. So we developed an EcoShare week. So a week where we had the possibility to do the EcoShare workshop. So this was only for professionals and scientists. And then the excursion, this was a more or less popular thing for people. And then the one-day conference in Prague. So on the workshop, we had a diverse group of people. It was scientists, professionals. We had guests from Netherlands and from UK to come, and we were guests at the Czech Globe, and they were very, very nice with their scientific data. They are very, very proficient in investigating what's happening with the climate and how the climate is affecting urban greenery. It was a very nice workshop. All the participants were very happy, and I'm happy that we can announce that most probably next year we can do a bigger event of this, and I would invite everybody who is maybe interested to discuss with us in the future about this topic, that we join forces together and we develop this even further. And again, video. Okay. So this is also just a short preview. We try to film. You see here also the cameras and our Spielberg in his seat. We try to film everything what we do, so that everybody later who was not able to attend has the possibility to participate, to have the information. And a lot of our videos are already on the YouTube of Arboriculture Academy. I really recommend you go and visit, and please subscribe. They like it when you do it. also the Arboriculture Academy organized a very, very nice field trip for us for the 2 days. We brought 20 participants from Croatia, and we had this great opportunity to visit Adaptera Award sites. It's a special award that's given in mainly Austria and Czech Republic, and some awards went to Slovakia and Hungary. And it's about green infrastructure and blue infrastructure and protection or improvement of environment with some interventions in the green. So you can see here there are like these 4 categories that you can get award for, and you apply your project, and there's a committee who decides if you get the award or not. And this is the sites that we visited. Jaroslav took us through the veteran trees of Vlašim Park, which was just eye-opening for our group, because I tried to speak about veteran trees for 3 years in Croatia on different conferences, and when I have a presentation, usually I see people don't understand what's a veteran tree, and when you bring them in this park, and especially with somebody like Jaroslav, this was really eye-opening, and I'm really, really happy that we had this opportunity. We also visited a very, very nice forestry project in Czech Republic that's changing the way they manage the forests, and also in direction of the eco-benefits. So it was very nice for people to see that you can do even on a larger scale, so like small forest, something. We had some very nice architecture projects that involve trees and water management and greenery. And of course, we visited some very nice Czech pubs. It's not fair to be in Prague and not to taste some food and beer. And the next day, we visited some very nice water body projects, so with rejuvenation of brown fields or development of the water purification with plants for one private company. And they have a very, very nice, I would say, Gaudi-inspired green roof. It's really, really organic, so with parables and everything. And we ended the day at the Prague University for Life Sciences, and it was great with the tropical department and their educational garden for students with the plants. And the next day we had a conference in Prague where we had the advisor of the Czech Minister for Environment, who was very kind to come to our conference and give us a full support, and it was really, really nice. And we had a very big diversity here. You can see in green the 3 topics that we try to cover. So impact of trees on microclimate, trees in biodiversity, and carbon storage and sequestration by trees. And we had some very, very nice lectures. And we had our key speaker guest from Netherlands. Thank you very much for coming, Jan Willem. And there is one part that I would like to introduce you, what we will do. This is like extra for our project, but we went big, so we like to do stuff. So we decided, in addition to the European tree worker, we will try to develop a national scheme of certification for the Croatia, because when I did some interviews about the people who wants to attend our pilot exam next year, I saw that people, they feel that the European tree worker is a big chunk for them. So we decided, okay, maybe it's better we offer them a smaller stepping stones in the national scheme, and then they end up on the big certification. So they can have some lead up to it. So we will have a Croatian certified arborist, and it will start with the ground worker. You can certify yourself for climbing, for platform and consultant, and then you are really, really prepared to go for the bigger certification of the European tree worker.
And sorry, I can confirm this, because we are using this certification system now for almost 4 years. And it is like Goran said, it is good for a lot of candidates at the start with a small step, and they all end at the ETW exam. But the procedure is for them more comfortable, and they are really, we have a big interest in our national certification, and not only arborists, but green officers, managers, people from municipalities, they are taking the exams. So, I mean, not the climbing exams, but the groundwork exams. And it's a really good system. And for for the more of the arborists, the end is the ETW exam. So.
And I would ask all of you who are interested, we will have some, or not some, we will have a lot of activities next year in Croatia. Also, we will be the AGM will happen in Croatia next year, but also in scope of this project, we will have some very cool things at the end of the May, beginning of June. So I would ask you book your calendars. You will get the notice in next 2 months maximum, and it will be very cool. So it will be again about eco benefits and things about European tree workers. So a lot of work safety, and we will have a full week dedicated to it in city of Pula, which is really nice on the Mediterranean Sea. So I invite you all to book your calendar. Thank you.